these polls, and they say we have to attack the young, and we have to attack the Hispanics, and we have to attack the poor. All of those classes are unaware of what's going on. All of those classes of people want to believe in something that they hear. They're not really in the game as far as studying it, knowing what's really going on, and that's where the focus is, to buy the vote. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me.
It is, and polls and politicians in these last 20 years have so misled us. Oh. And everything's done spontaneously based on a sampling. You know, what does this little group think? Oh, that sounds good with them. Let's go with it. And it's like, that's not what we're all about.
We voted a president in office that has no experience. He was in the Senate for less than a year. He was, what was it, governor? What was he? I don't even know. Was he the mayor?
He was a senator.
Well, he was a senator for a year.
Right.
He was a rookie. Okay. Never even got out of the rookie stage. Right. Before that, he was the governor of Chicago.
But he had a message that he was able to get across to people that gave them.
The Democrats had a message to send across. He was a great speaker.
He was a great speaker. He's probably the greatest political speaker we've had since John Kennedy.
Bill Clinton, man.
Well, Ronald Reagan was amazing.
And Ronald.
I did like Ronnie.
So yeah, Ronald Reagan. I love Bill Clinton. So.
But politics.
Yeah, we can get off on that. We can spend the whole hour on that one. But
let me tell you a little bit about me, because that's
what we're here to talk about. You.
I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. Middle class family. Great values.
Are you a Nebraska fan?
Oh, I am a huge Cornhusker fan.
We're going to end our show now with Leo.
Wisconsin kicked their butts on Saturday. Go Cheeseheads.
Go Oklahoma.
But I had a grandfather who lived only a couple blocks away from me who collected coins. And I grew up.
Now, how old were you at this point?
I started collecting when I was 8.
8 years old.
So that'd be 10-19 based on our earlier discussion. Yeah. But he taught me the value of quality and how important it was, if you're going to be involved in collecting something, to get the best you possibly can.
And boy, that's the hardest message to get across to people. It's a challenge. So you're very fortunate that not only were you told that, but you grabbed onto it.
Yes. Okay. And it helped me to help pay my way through college. Right. I started dealing in coins when I was in high school. And I actually started out...
Were you the richest high schooler?
No. So I was dabbling in coins and taught school for a few years, but stayed in the coin business and went to work for a major firm. Well, they weren't so major at the time I went to work for them, but I went to work for a rare coin firm in 1983. And I spent 28 years with them.
And what firm is that?
Yes, I worked for Heritage.
Oh, they are the largest company,
right?
Third largest auction house in maybe the world. I mean, certainly in the country.
In collectibles, they certainly are.
Yeah.
In the collectibles fields, they're number one. And in numismatics, they're certainly
right.
There
and what
as well.
was your job description there?
When I went to work there, I worked for the wholesale division.
Okay.
And moved over to the auction division because I believed they could become the number one auction house. At the time, they were a third-tier auction company.
Which they obviously have.
They have obviously done that.
They are the largest without it. There's not, I mean, the difference between them and the next competition is a lot.
Yeah, you can take their sales.
It's kind of like an NFL team and a AA college team. You know?
Right. It absolutely is, because nobody else comes close.
Right.
And I loved it. It was a fabulous thing. But my belief, and the reason I have made this transition, is because CT Group brings to the table a whole new ballgame, one that our industry needs. Not that everybody in the industry is bad. There are some fabulous people out there.
Yes, there are.
But there's so much bad that we need to get the consumer, grab them by their shoulders, shake them up and say, wake up. Stop paying 30% too much for your material. You lose your money when you buy it, not when you go to sell it.
You're never in the game.